I know you see me. I'm listening to Johnny over here. Sean Coltrane. You know the first thing I did this year after I woke up, thank God, is have my phone in the bed with me and listen to this song to take me into 2018. So hello everybody that's going to watch the recorded. And hello everyone, or anyone that joins the chat tonight. I'm going to have fun finally talking about the blackout whilst inside the blackout. Yes. I've got my wine. Yes, I do, loves. This Moscato. And anything else you notice that's different? Yeah, man. It's going down like that. I'm just gonna sit here and chill for a second. And my new t-shirt. You can actually get said t-shirt. Hold on, I'm still listening to Johnny. I'm really not even listening to the things that I'm saying in my head right now. Reason being because he rules the night, man. He calms my nerves. He makes my day go smoother. He makes my reading experience more live than it normally is. I love that. So when you have a musician that can actually just reach out to you inside your spirit, gravitate toward that thing that they give off to you and enjoy it. I do, all the time. But anyway, I'm going to turn it down, Johnny. I'm going to say hi to everyone, and I am in a different space, in a different place. Hold on, there's that part. Hold on, let me turn it on. Is it weird seeing the back of my head? Okay, I know. All right, so Johnny is off. It is time. It is 9:02. I had my 2 minutes. That's, I think, all I needed today. We're going to be talking about some writers, some bloggers, some websites, some of everything. And I am here with it. Here with it. Where am I? I'm right here with it. Hi, 7 people. Hi, 7 people. Hi, 7 people. Hi. You want me to turn around? Hi, 7 people. Okay, I got 1 more minute. So it's 9:03. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the blackout, baby. It's the blackout, baby. It's the blackout, baby. It's the what? I'm just joking. But that's going to be my theme song. Somebody record that. Hit record. Play that back and see how I sounded. You asked, Rebecca. And here it is. And there's more to come. But this is my Art Books Live t-shirt, you guys, with my name on it. So you can actually get this t-shirt. I will link everything in the recorded live because I didn't have time to link everything I wanted to right now today. So you guys know how it is. This is actually live, so I have to get ready for it. So I don't have time to just put everything that I really truly want down. Let's chest bump. Boom, Art Books Live. How about that? How about that? Hi, Toddy. Hi, Casey. Hi, Kia Janae. Hi, Pretty Brown Eyed Reader. Hi, everyone that joins. Hi, Angela. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Nicole. Hi, everybody. And I'm going to turn around and see who I'm speaking to. But this is Denise D. Cooper. If this is the first time you are here, we have loads of booktubers that come in here and we chat about books. This is what we do. This is not a hair care channel. We're going to be talking about nails and fingernail polish, although I do need to get my nails done. But we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to worry about is the fact that this is fun. This is my hour of fun with my booktube friends. So welcome to it. And I will be listing the names of booktubers that I love and enjoy to watch their videos down in the description box, so to just keep growing and growing and growing. And so after the recording, because you know the live chat does not save, So after the recording, if you could come back and stop by and put some booktubers' names in there, new booktubers, booktubers that you'll be watching, booktubers that are joining in on Booktube Live, the Blackout. Thank you, Toddy, everybody, Pretty Brown Eyed Reader, Najiri, KT, everybody that has actually, and Freeform Lady and her wonderful videos, everybody that's joining in and talking about the Blackout and Read So Lit. We are going to have the best year ever. No, we always have the best year ever because we're bookheads, and that's just what we do. From one year to the other, we love books, and I hope that I'm not shaking the ground. Okay, so sorry. Anyway, guys, I'm going to see who's in the chat room, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to drink some wine, and I'm going to stand up because I can't sit down today. Happy New Year! Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, I'm happy as I don't know what, and I'm an introvert. I've been home all day. I usually don't go anywhere. But even in my solitude, reading books or doing my paintings on the other channel, hope you got a chance to follow a little bit of that, me not talking and just showing you the painting I'm doing a week, because I'm doing what? One book a week, one painting a week. That's 52 books and 52 paintings for the Blackout 2018. I paint because I see Black people. Anyway, so how you guys doing? I am going to be talking to the chat rooms. I'll be turning around if this is your first time coming here, and we're going to be visiting my TBR. I'm actually going to do a booktube, a book tour of my shelf. Is that what we call them? Bookshelf tours? Bookshelf tours. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a bookshelf tour of the Blackout bookshelves in the living room. And you guys have already seen, and if you were on the other channel, you got to see me struggle and try to figure out if I really wanted to do it or not. But I'm going to do it because I actually want to have you guys join in on picking maybe one of my reads per month after January and February, because I'm booked for January and February, and I also, yeah, I'm booked, seriously booked. That was a pun, but it was, whatever. So anyway, I am kind of scared to do a TBR sometimes, but the thing is, I own so many books that I just keep on buying on top of those books, and those books keep getting pushed to the back. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So when that happens, I'm like, okay, I really wanted to read that. I really wanted to read that. I really wanted to read that. And then thus came the TBR. So I'm actually enjoying putting those books together. I have them on the shelf. I was just going to read them willy-nilly. They're all African-American artists or writers, which are the same to me, and I'm just going to have a big old TBR for the year, and I can just pick and choose from that TBR anytime I want. Anytime the mood hits me, I'll do this, that, and the other. But then I was like, but January, I know what I want to read, but February, I know what I want to read. So I kept doing that, and I got up to August, you guys. And then I looked at one of the books in August. I'm like, I need to read that like in March. So there's some changing. So I was like, let me ask for some help to, incorporate a little bit more fun into my TBR. So I'll do like a bookshelf tour, and that way you get to see the books, and then you can say, you need to read that one in April. You need to read that one for whatever month. So just guys, let me know. And when I do that, that video has not been recorded. I'm going to calm down and record it one day. When I say calm down, it was kind of stressful getting all those books. And now I'm in a nice calm zone where I think I can just do this, because it felt good to already have January and February mapped out. I don't know why that is, other than the reasons I just told you. And in the spirit of not being redundant, let me just say hi. Okay. Anyway, hey guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi. Hi guys. Hi guys. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kia Danae. The Amazon. Oh, try Amazon. Oh, wait a minute. I'm way behind. So I love it that you guys chat, and then I get to catch up and play, all wrong and stuff, because I'll be forgetting and then passing stuff. You know how I am. But let me scroll down. This way you guys get to see what I'm looking at. Oh, I went somewhere in the chat room. Oh, I went to your channel. How about that? Okay, so I never did that before, you guys, but you guys saw what I just did. I'm at Musical Toddy's channel because I was looking at Toddy's remark on her chat. And so I clicked on it, and there she is. And guess what she's doing? She's watching me. That is so cool. Booktube Live is the Blackout baby, my first. Oh my gosh, thanks, Toddy. So she's here. And that's how I know now. See, I just learned something new about the chat room. Oh my gosh, but I want to click off of it. And so if I click off of it, there we go. Now I'm going to scroll up so Toddy won't get on me. So I'm going to say hi to everybody in order. Musical Toddy. Hey, girl. Hey. Hi. Hi, Bernie McCoy. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Angela. Hello, Angela. Purple Lady. Kia Danae. Hello, hello, hello. Like Lionel Richie, Kia Danae. Girl, you so young. You don't know nothing about that song. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about the books, you guys. So if you're new here, we do talk about books. We don't just sit up here and say hello and chat to one another with my back turned. No, we don't. Or my head turned. Yeah. So anyway, I hope there's no lag because I'm just moving around. Jen the Capricorn. My son's a Capricorn, but I don't think he believes. But, you know, I don't think we do. But, you know, I just know he's a Capricorn. Oh, wait a minute. Or is he? Or is he? Oh, that's my best friend, my twin. I think it's a Capricorn. I don't know. I think, isn't that January and February? Let me know, Jen. Anyway, she says, where do you get your head wraps? I'm going to start wearing them, but I haven't found any long enough to wrap. Girl, this one is real long, and I'm so glad I got it. Where I got this one, it was free for me. I love to sew and make dolls and bookmarks, fabric bookmarks. And so one of my good friends, Karen, I know there's a lot of Karens, but seriously, I work with her. She's a friend of mine. We've been friends for 9 years since I've been here in Texas. And her mother is fabric heaven, okay? Her mother wanted to give away some fabric. And she gave it all to moi. And I'm like, I'm not sewing with this. This is a head wrap. She just don't know. She just don't understand. I'm like, Erica, I'm going to do this thing. So anyway, that's where I got this one. But if you look on Etsy, I love Etsy for head wraps. They got some really good ones. So, and not art shows. When I would go to art shows, there would be always a wonderful just plethora of people selling all kind of different crafts and arts. And there was always this lady selling African fabrics for head wraps. And so, but hers were pricey. I ain't gonna lie. Free versus $15. Free. Or just go to Joann's Fabrics and look at all the fabrics and get like a yard or two, however long you want it. And to me, it's cheaper to do that if you go to a fabric store. I know it's books. I know it's Booktube Live. I know Art Books Live, not Art Fabric Books Live. But she asked the question, and I'm gonna entertain it because it's interesting, because it's artistic. Yeah. Thanks, Jen. But seriously, I think it's cheaper to do it that way. And then Mrs. R. Hi, Mrs. R and things. Mrs. R's books and things. She said, heal, H-E''L', hail. He'll do it. Won't he do it? Is that what you're trying to say? Or are you trying to say hello? I'm just trying to be funny. Okay, so hello, hon. No, she said, I mean hello. Hello. And Kid Janae says, try Amazon, Jen the Capricorn. And Amazon has everything and food. Okay. Yes, they have food. Jen the Capricorn says, thank you, Kia Janae. Hello for the first timer, says Helen. Hi, Helen. First timer, Helen. Helen, first timer. Okay, so I was going to say some stuff because, you know, America, are you American? If you're American, let me know. And you won't be offended. But, you know, Americans, we love to say how we just, I've never done this before. This is my first time. So, hi, Helen. I'm just joking. Hey, Helen. Welcome to Booktube Live. I'm so glad you're here. Or do you have a channel? Please let me know. Please let me know. And so Anna says, hi. Hi, Anna. Have I ever seen you in the chat room, Anna? Welcome to it. I'm Denise. So says my shirt. Can you see it? Let me know, Kid Danae, so I can stop jumping up and down. I'm just joking. But oh my gosh, hi, Anna. And Kid Danae says, I've got a couple from there. Okay, we're talking about the head wraps. They're long and wide and fit my head well. Girl, I got a big old head, as you can probably tell. So I'm going to take your suggestion one day too, Kia, today. Mrs. Art's Books and Things says, what's the other channel? My other channel is Art Books Life, what this one used to be. I didn't want to lose the name because I've had the name Art Books Life on business cards from 1990s, like a long time ago. And then I had like this books and baskets thing, as you guys might have seen my little placard when I do the other videos. But Art Books Life, and it's all ran together. And I used to have it on Goodreads before I deactivated it and came back, and then somebody has the name or I couldn't use it. So it's all together, just like this, but life with an F. So that's the other channel, and I'd be looking real bad over there because, you know, I don't care. So I just want to let you know, don't be shocked and things. But it's a channel where I just upload anything. If I'm painting, since I'm doing the painting, one painting per week for this year, so I'll end up this year having 52 paintings. You guys, first of all, let me talk about it. This is not the one. This is the one I did in December last year. The reason why the one isn't there because I did record a video, uploaded it to this channel and the other channel. The other channel has kind of the process of me painting it. So successfully, I finished my one book this week and my one painting. So I am on target, but and this is also what I kind of wanted to talk about and to try to do, like, how do I think I did with reading one book and doing a painting and knowing I have to be done by Saturday before live. That's my goal. And then Sunday, tomorrow, starts the beginning of the week. So I have to take that one down and put another one up and start doing another painting. How did that feel? Like, I was so into J. California Cooper. She made me laugh. Some of it was racy as I don't know what. I looked at the front of the book, the back of the book. I was like, is this J. California Cooper? Like, literally, she got like all hot and heavy in one of the stories. Actually, a couple of them. But one of them was like not the usual that I've read so far. And I've been starting off J for January. J is for J. California Cooper for the last 3 years now. And so I'm just really enjoying it. And and I'm happy to say each year it's already been a book that's been on my shelf for years. And so I'm just happy to be reading more of my shelf in that respect. So what was my point? I don't know. I forgot. Maybe yeah, the painting and the book. I'm noticing that I feel like I'm on a job. Like, I have a deadline. Like, oh my God, I got to do this before live. But the thing was, we had off Monday because it's the new year, so I didn't have to work. And I did as much painting as I could. Now, my paintings are crazy. I don't have an idea. I don't want to have an idea. I want to be as free as I possibly can. And if some of the book comes out in it, then fine. None of the book came out of it in this one because I started it Sunday. Actually started it before I started reading the book. So, and this is a book of short stories, and so it's a good time to talk about the book, I guess. But it's J. California Cooper, and let me see if you guys can see that, because I got on another light, which I don't know if I really need it. Yeah, there we go. And the cover is thebomb.com, and I'm going to sip so you can't see me. Girl, welcome to it. I am total shenanigans sometimes, but anyway, this book is really good. I will say, okay, J. California Cooper writes a lot of books with short stories. One of my favorites, though, is, and it's not a short story, it's the one Family, and it's a novel. I freaking love it. But I love the names in here, and for some reason, the way she tells a story, it's almost like your great aunt and you're sitting on the big old porch in the South and you're sipping Kool-Aid or lemonade, and it's sun lemonade. Like, you squirrels just right in the darn water and the ice and the sweat from the, just, it's like, I don't know, like a bunch of beauty when I'm reading her, just like total beauty. And like that friend that you just like miss. Maybe you only see that friend, like, or your family that you go home to visit once a year. And that's like how I feel about her when I'm reading her. So of course, when it got to the most racy story in this book, I was like, where'd my friend go? Who is this? Is Zane writing with her? Is there a co-writer? I'm like Okay, get Zane up out of your head, Miss J California. I literally looked at the book. I was like, J Cal? I was like, what? I don't understand. Where are we going with this? But it was sexy. And I was like, okay, Miss Cal. And it's not that one, The Eye of the Beholder. Oh, The Eye of the Beholder. Okay, so I have my bookmark by The Eye of the Beholder because guess what? It was my favorite one. And then the last one. This is how I feel when I read her. This is how I feel. When I was reading the last story, I looked and I go, there's no other stories after this last one, right? And I go, like, come on, just give me one more story. And I'm thinking, Denise, you own the book, like, and you got other books. Why are you sad? Like, that's how I feel when I was at the last story. But The Eye of the Beholder, that one, in her sweetest auntie motherly way, she gives us these stories that actually give you all these right now messages and all that, sitting on the porch, have the lemonade and everything. You get that feel. So it's almost like an older style of writing. Like, this is set in a time period that's a little bit older than I am, maybe the 50s or the 60s, which I was born into the 60s. I wasn't, out there playing around in the grass. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of got this old flavor. And so when I read this like up to date, sexy story, I was like, oh my gosh, Miss California Cooper, you know some stuff. But I mean, she's grown. So, and rest in peace. If you have never read her, I highly recommend Family and several. I think the last two, Oops, and Homemade Love, and Some Love, Some Cry, Some Pain, Some Time, whatever. But when you look up her books, you guys, and I'm going to do a review of this book. I'm not going to do it tonight because I actually wrote down some things in my black book notebook. Because remember, I told you guys for the blackout, I'm going to be keeping a journal and all the books that I've read and also the paintings and if I name them and the story behind them and so forth, so I can look at the end of the year and see how I actually did. And so I've got also in here Warmth of Other Suns, which is a second listen for me because I really learned a lot from the Warmth of Other Suns, which is a Richard Wright quote. And she quotes him throughout the book as well as James Baldwin, and also like she quotes Langston Hughes. She quotes, what's his name? Oh, I think I wrote it down. Anyway, Hemingway. She quotes him. So there's a lot of different references in that book to other literature. And then she tells the story. I'm sorry for making all that noise. But seriously, if you have never read or listened to The Warmth of Other Suns, it is perfect for the blackout. It is perfect for black, white, yellow, green, whatever race we fall up under. It is perfection to know the history, the migration that happened. You guys, it's almost like when you're listening to it, you go, I'm grounded. And now I know how my mother, who's from Arkansas, got to Kansas and had all of us Kansas kids, and we were different than our Southern cousins. And it was just some things that my mother used to say that, I won't share. Now I understand even more. I mean, I understood it then, but when you read something, you go, ding, 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 ding. I can get it a little bit more now. So anyway, those are, I'm telling you, this year is going to grow my hair. This year is going to snatch a whole bunch of negativity out of my life and your life and everybody else that don't read Black literature's lives. Get your life. Like Steve Reeves used to say, read a book by a goddamn Black person. I'm sorry, those are his words. He said it. I didn't. This is not about exclusion. This is about inclusion. This is about appreciation. And I freaking am loving it, as you can tell. Okay, so I actually wish I could hear you guys. That's what I wish. So make that happen, Toddy. Make it happen, Toddy. Look at Toddy's page. Look at it, so pretty with all the books. I'm sorry. And let me not go off topic. There's 20 people. Hi, 20 people. And let me also go back up. Hi, pretty brown-eyed reader. Hi, everyone. Hi, Alicia. Hi, sir. New people. Sir Book Sage. Sir Book Sage, first time watcher. I just learned of your channel from Nigeria of Onyx Pages, the beautiful, wonderful Nigeria. I think I watched a video of hers today. And I really enjoy her beautiful mind. She's a smart young lady. So thank you so much, Nigeria, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I think I need a drink. Did you say that? Did somebody say take a sip of wine and calm down and just read our comments and shout us out and stuff? Guess who shouted me out? Okay, so you know, I love me some Instagram. I'm on there all the time. I'm an old lady. I'm at home all the time by myself reading books and painting stuff. Okay, so I ain't got nothing else to do because I work a full-time job. Anyway, back to the life. I'm on Instagram and I love Jesse Smollett on when he goes live. So he's looking and he's just talking to people and he's just so funny and just being just him. And he goes, "Ah, I love that name. I love that name." And I'm like, who's he talking about? He goes, now Oprah, she likes some books, but Denise be reading, because that's my name on Instagram, Denise be reading. And I was like, ah, me? Say it again, Juicy. Like, say it again. Like, say it a whole bunch of times now anyway. But he's just fun. He was just very, I don't know, he was just, oh, that's what he was doing. He was live because his album was dropping the next day. So then I was like, okay. Then he came on live the next day and I was like, okay, that's enough. I'll see you on Empire. Anyway. And hello, everyone. I suck at TBR, says Toddy. I used to be able to stick to them for readathons, not anymore. You always do good readathons. Like I used to watch, I don't know that thing, Tome Topple or whatever. I guess the really big books and everything. But your books are usually huge anyway, Toddy. I'm like, okay, I want to get into what Toddy's reading, but god dang, could you make him write a little book like this? Anyway, seriously. But Anna says she's guilty of that, and so I need to know what you're guilty of. So let me go up. Thank you, thank you. Oh, somebody's dancing. Toddy, hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold that thought. Okay, so now I'm where I was. And I was talking to Jen, and Kia Dene is talking to Jen, and going down. Hi, Alicia. Hi, everyone. That's where I was. Capricorns of December to January. Thank you for clearing that up. Because I knew it was like the first of the month, right? And then, oh, I know what it is. Cancer. There's a Cancer, and two of my sons are Cancers. Okay. And my best friend, it is, because his birthday is January the 8th, which is, what, Sunday? And Stephen Massey. Hi, Stevie, who comes in the chat room from time to time. But he's a dance instructor. He does a two-step in Kansas City, Missouri. He's everywhere. He's putting on a play. And so he does a lot of stuff. So he's not always here in the room. But I just know that he's a Capricorn. So thank you for clearing that up. And Helen says, uh-oh, let me go back up. Okay, Musical Toddy says, Denise got the hookup and connections in Texas. Ooh, do I? Do I for real? What hookups I got? Let me stop playing. And hey KT, and she's laughing at Alicia, but I done missed it because I'm trying to scroll. I've been reading Warmth for years, haven't read a word yet. Procrastination. Okay, Toddy, look. I'm on my second listen because every time I went to the library to actually get it, the physical book is always gone. So it just happened that the last time that I went on that big old, library haul and was listening to all the books, it happened to be there and I was like, I'm getting it. I don't care if I listened to it before. And the reason why I'm listening to it again, but you guys already know, those of you who follow me, and I'm sorry about the glare, maybe I should just turn that light off. Maybe I should turn that light off. You guys, Kid Danae, let me know if this is better. Because, yeah, this is getting on my nerves. I'm about to be blind up in here. And then I can't read it or paint. But what I was saying is I went to the library and I got it. And so it's a second checkout. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it is Isabel Wilkerson. And I do want to do proper reviews because I've been taking on notes. And if you guys have been watching, even some of you who have watched the other channel, I do like to sit down and read in a video. Just sit down and read in a video and talk about the book. And those are the times where I'm more calm and just ready to talk about the book and not just sit up here and try to be, entertaining and actually talk to you guys. So let me look at this here. I'm not saying that I'm entertaining, but Bernie Sell McFadden, see what she had said one time, And I took it and I ran with it. She said, in quotes, "You are so entertaining." And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure because I'm just kooky. Anyway, so there you go. The warmth of other suns. And if you know me, you know I love Richard Wright. This is from Richard Wright. Remember the Ta-Nehisi Coates? That came from Richard Wright. Richard Wright has a lot of proteges. Richard Wright has a lot of love in right now literature. Okay, so if you have never read Richard Wright, please do enjoy yourselves. And for those of you who have read all his catalog, we just need to talk because I ain't finished yet. And but this is it. This is amazing. And this is the second time around, and I think I'm on 12. Nope, 12 is here, so I'm on 13. 13 is the one that's missing. 12 is there. And how many are there? There's 19. There's 19, you guys. So there you go. But I love it. It's the library edition, the audio. So actually, I finished one so far, as I've just talked about, and I will do a review because I actually want to talk about this and the way that I wrote it down. So I'll be talking about that. And when this is finished, I truly, truly want to talk about this. So I'll try to do it in both of those in one video. The J. California Cooper, you guys already know how I feel about it. I've talked about it a little bit here, but I do want to talk about kind of just a little bit her writing style, and in the video that I do a review on. And that one will be short because it's a short book. It's 200 and something pages, but I really want to delve into this, especially because it's the Blackout. Especially because it's the Blackout. This is a must, Toddy. This is a must for anybody that is interested in why I even want to dedicate a year outside of my independent writer series. Outside of that, this is why. Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the other books on my TBR, but before I do that, it is 9:32, so we're at the halfway point. I'm going to play Johnny and actually listen to you guys, or read you guys. I'm going to turn them down, up, so you won't be bored in your mind. But anyway, I am going to be linking the blogs that I'm talking about tonight, so we're already at the halfway mark. So I do want to talk about one of the books and the website where you can actually get said book. It is my independent writer for this month. I have met her and interviewed her on this channel years ago, 3 years ago now. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited for all the recommendations that I've been getting. I also want to talk about, at least when you guys come to the channel and talk and discuss in the comments below, I'm going to take one of the suggestions, try to do that each and every live, so 2 times a week on Saturday and Sunday. Tonight I'm going to talk about Joseph's, because Joseph is one of the first people when I came to Booktube that talked to me. Joseph introduced me, and we used to talk to each other in the messages. I didn't even know the messages existed on YouTube, and that's who messaged me first. And he's also the one that introduced me to Joe, the retired book nerd, who I love and still talk to on Twitter. And she's excited about the Blackout, and she said that she's going to participate. Now, I'm not sure if she's going to be making videos, but she will participate and she will share what she's reading on Twitter. So Joseph, now I'm going to forget his last name, but anyway, I just know him as Joseph. And so he gave me a suggestion on one of his favorite poets. And you guys, I looked him up today, and I'm so happy to do so. And so I'll be talking about that on the second portion of this after I read the comment. And you can go get you some popcorn or something, honey. or knit a sweater, KG. Hi, Najiri. Hi, it's on page 47, Ginger. Hi, comfy cozy up. Just a vibe girl. Oh my goodness, your video today. You're always like so fly. I'm like, how does she do that? Like, I want to be a fashionista in my second life. Since I'm over 50, I think it's time. I think it's time I become a fashionista and stop just wanting to wear black t-shirts all the rest of my life. So, comfy cozy up. Hi. And I always like to go to your channel, and Todd's the librarian's on there, and every time I see his name I just laugh because I watch him too, and his Coors beer and his wife in the other room. It's just funny. But yeah. Michael Reed. Hey Michael. He finally made it. He said, hi Michael Reed. I just watched, oh my gosh, your photos that you've been sharing on, I first saw it on Facebook today, and then I went to Instagram because I'm practically living on there, and I saw the pictures again with the flowers and the people behind you. But is that you, like a younger you, or is that a very close relative, your brother, or somebody that looks just like you? Because you guys are beautiful. Those pictures were, like, they were so, like the flowers were all nice and fuzzy, and then the person was so sharp and clean, and I just loved it. It was beautiful. It's art. Yeah, it's beautiful. So, Michael Reed. She said, I'm not the one to make that happen. My tech savvy is non-existent. Uh-oh. Okay. Onyx says, hi, Comfy Cozy up, and Musical Johnny saying hi to Michael. And I think I've had my couple minutes of John. Thank you, John Coltrane. And talking about John Coltrane, my man, you know, although I'm not gonna lie, I listened to his wife, Alice Coltrane, and the man bought her a harp. Is that not love? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, his Netflix has a documentary about him. It's called Chasing Train. And watch it all the way to the end, and you'll know why the title is called Chasing Train. And I just loved it. It was so cute. But yeah, you got to see that. I'm jealous of the guy at the end of the Netflix documentary. So jealous. Anyway, hi, Onyx Pages says, comfy cozy up. No freaking way, Musical Toddy says. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I can see Toddy. I don't know. I've been reading Warm for years. Okay, I read that. And I'm down for that, says Kia Danae. I'm late, comfy cozier. So I'm getting caught up. And let me scroll down. I have my wine too, says Onyx Pages. Uh-oh. Cheers, girlfriend. Cheers. Thank you. Clink clink or cha-ching or whatever that is. I don't know what that little thing is. Clink clink. Hi, Denise. She says, Musical Toddy, what are you drinking, Najiri? Yeah, what you drinking? Because mine is Moscato. And because that's pretty much all I can handle is a dessert wine. So that's what I'm drinking. And, okay. And I read that. I read that. I'm drinking, but not wine. I have what? Oh, an Abby L. Omnigang Abby L. Sir Books page says. Oh, is that good? Is it like a dark beer, or is it L a beer? School me, please, because I don't know. But I've heard, I mean, I know I've heard of ale. And Abbey, is that like a British beer, like Abbey Road or something? I don't know why that's bringing. Oh, London, Abbey Road. Okay, maybe that. I don't know. You let me know. I'll just have Ciroc, says Kia today. Girl, that French vanilla. How about I want some? And I know I can't hang. But how about I want some? Because the commercial is so good that I think I want one. So we're talking about wine and beers and Ciroc. So we'll get back to the books because, you know, I've had my first beer and book, and I hope you enjoy that little tiny video. But it was when I finished J. California Cooper, and I was like, I stole one of my son's beers. My son buys a 6-pack, and like 6 months later, we still got like a 4-pack. So yeah, he's not a drinker like me. And I'm not a drinker like him, meaning we don't drink that much. I didn't mean to say he's not a drinker like me. Like mom is just no. This is it. This is good. This is cool. I won't have another one till Saturday, if that. I mean, I go years. Anyway, wine and beer and books. Okay, I'm scrolling down. I'm listening. I'm scrolling down. Okay. It's a Belgian double, says Sir Books page. Oh, not that I really know anything about that either. I'm just saying, ooh, like I don't know, but maybe one time I'm going to look it up and then I'll have one and I'll tell you about it because that sounds good. It's a Belgian double. Dubbel, for those of you who are not in the chat room. And Onyx Pages says, I wish I had breakfast proper, or porter, TBH. What? What? Oh, see, y'all know what y'all talking about, but I don't. Oh, I lost it, you guys. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. How are you? I chatting with all of you guys, and me too, and currently reading Sister Soldier, A Moment of Silence. Have you read it? It is on my shelves. You guys know, well, if you watch this channel, when it first came out, because I've read her nonfiction book, which was her first book, and then I read The Coldest Winter Ever, and then I read Midnight, and I was hooked. I was like, I don't even care about The Coldest Winter Ever anymore. But I read Midnight 1 and Midnight 2, and I got Midnight 3. But when it came out, I filmed a video on this channel when I went to Barnes & Noble's because I ordered it because they didn't have one in the store. And I filmed the girl going up the escalator and coming down with my book. I was so happy to get that book. And I'm scared to read it because A Moment in Silence. All I'm saying, because like I told my daughter, it better not be his mama. It could be Kimney, whatever her name was. It could be her. Hopefully Bangs does a reappearance and better not be her. No, I'm just saying. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you have not read Sister Soldier, and each time, if you watch this channel, every time I read one of her books, I email her and tell her how much I loved it or whatever, and she emails you right back, and she's just awesome. But I haven't read A Moment of Silence. I think I have it scheduled for April, which is my born month. So I'm actually, well, I don't even have any of my books by her because I have children grown behind people. Tasha, that has not given me back my book because I actually wanted to read The Midnight 2, which is really big, a love story, I believe it is. And it's so good. And she goes over, you just know she's there because of the way she's writing. The Harajuku, the Africans that are in, it's just beautiful. And oh my gosh. See, I might have to move that one up, but I wanted to keep it for April because I do want to reread the other one or just make sure I read some of it so that I can get back into the flavor of Midnight, which is beautiful self. My gosh. See, you shouldn't be playing with my feelings and emotions. Okay, anyway, I have Midnight, but I have not read it. Kay, please read that book. And then email her, she'll email you back. And then she says, it's really good, says Onyx Pages. Same here, says Musical Toddy. Also I'm reading The Prey of God. So good. Onyx Pages, and that's what I love about all the booktubers because there are books that you just, we all know there's millions of books out there. We're never going to get to read them in our lifetimes. They're just going to keep being born, and writers are going to keep writing, and publishing houses are going to keep putting out these things. But we get closer to the things that we don't know by way of, reading and also watching each other. And the recommendations, again, every time I ask y'all, don't nobody do it. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do online. Sometimes you do. But these recommendations that you are giving in live, nobody sees them but me and you guys. And so if you come back, just put the name of the book that you may have mentioned during live. That way the other people that are asking me, because people are still asking me, what's the list of books we're going to read for the year, Denise? Girl, please. Anyway, I don't know. You tell me what's on your list. No, seriously, I don't have a whole year's list. I have a bookshelf, and I'm going to be adding to it by, doing, because I'm still shopping. I'm gonna lie to myself if I say I'm not going to buy any books this year. That's stupid. That's what I do, and that's what most of us do. But the 12 books that I'm gonna get for the independent writers, that's 12 more books added to my bookcase. Actually 11 because I already got my book for that I bought in December for February. That's AJ Houston, which I'm going to show you guys. And I need to speed this up because we're supposed to be talking about some other stuff. But anyway, that's what live does. It makes me want to talk to y'all, and that's all I can say. So anyway, Najiri, I have got to read some of the books that she's mentioning, and maybe not this year because again it's the blackout, so I don't know if I can read that one for this particular year. And KT says, I have Midnight but I have not read it. That's where I stopped. I have A Moment of Silence, says Toddy. Sounds like there are books ahead of that. Yes, there are. Um, if you haven't read The Coldest Winter Ever, that introduces you to Midnight. That introduces you to Midnight. And it's the Santiago family. And I can still remember that. Oh my gosh, I read that years ago. My kids, I think my whole family has read that book. That's my son William's, one of his favorite books. And because anyway, so if you start with Sister Soldier's Darkest Winter Ever, and Jada Pinkett Smith, it was like a rumor. I don't know if it was back then. But Jada Pinkett Smith and Sister Soldier were supposed to be collaborating and making it a movie. And I'm thinking, or Midnight, or one of them, or whatever. Since it started with The Darkest Winter Ever. And I'm thinking the young lady that played Keisha on Belly would have been the perfect Winter. So when people would write anything and said that Jada Pinkett Smith wanted to play Winter, I was like, no, no. Either she has not read the book or you just joking. No. So even back then, maybe she could have tried to, but not now. So if they ever do that movie, they should go get her, and I can't think of her name, and it's at the top of my head, but I can't. And she can sing too. She's just amazingly beautiful, and she is Winter Santiago. That's all I'm saying. If you have not seen that movie, um, the Brooklyn movie, where she played the girlfriend, the Robert De Niro Brooklyn Tale, the Bronx Tale. That's what it was, and she was the girlfriend of Carolgio, however you say his name. That's her. That's Winter Santiago. Tell me, find a better Winter Santiago, and then we can fight. Otherwise, I'm just leaving it right here. Art Books Live. Winter Santiago is Keisha from Belly. Find a better one. Oh, that was my key to the city. Can you see it? I'm so sorry. I got the key to the city. Anyway. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about something else here. I read Winter a long time ago, says Musical Toddy. See, and then you just go on to Midnight, because it just kind of, he is like, I love it because it was like she wrote about Winter Santiago and all this family, and then Midnight just did something obviously to the writer, and she just ran with it, and I'm so glad that was the character she ran with. Oh, 5 stars for that series. Thank you, Terrell Hicks, and she can sing her behind off. Thank you so much, Comfy Cozy Up, and I'm gonna forget your name because I know you got a real name. I've been calling you Cece because Todd, the librarian, types in Cece, so I've been calling you Cece. And hello, Helen again. Uh-oh. What did you say, Helen? Your message got retracted. Uh-oh. Are you boxing yourself out? PETA. Terrell Hicks, PETA. Thank you, everyone. Dawn says, okay, see, I'm late. Dawn saying, how nice to see you. Awesome. Okay, so everybody's talking. So I'm going to go back, pull up this so that we can see. And then also, let me pull this up. Is it dark in here? Did anybody tell me and I just didn't pick it up? Let me know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should I turn on the light? But while you do that, because you know there's a lag, I'm going to pull up one of the pages after I show you the rest of my TBR. That's what I was supposed to be doing. So if you have seen the video where I sat down and talked about my grandbaby being on the way, she's being stubborn. She's still not here. She was due December the 31st. So I talked to her mommy today, my daughter-in-law, and she's going to be induced on Monday if she doesn't go in today or tomorrow. So I will for sure have a grandbaby, a new grandbaby, because I got grandbabies, but I'll have a new grandbaby on Monday because mommy can't sleep, and I know that's uncomfortable. I never went overdue, and so she's overdue, not long, but a whole week. Come on. So come on, baby girl. Anyway, this is the rest of my TBR, and so in that video that I was just mentioning, the reason why I didn't go live last Sunday, I showed you these books, but this is next up. And if you want to read along with me, this is James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. And I still haven't found Jasmine Ward, which is all over the place. But remember, I'm shopping only African American bookshops and stores. And since I have this and I have the rest of this TBR, I'm not going to be mad if I don't get it because these are on my shelf. I already purchased these, right? So I'm doing good so far. But you know I'm still buying something. And I actually want all Jasmine Award. I do. I really do. So, and let me go back so I can see if I need to turn this light on. There's Musical Toddy again. Let me scroll down. Good night, Michael. I'm so glad you got a chance to come in here for a little bit. Good night, y'all. It was great spending time with you all. Got work in the morning. I don't. Good night, Michael. I appreciate it. Night, Michael, everybody says. Okay, so I absolutely love James Baldwin's writing. It stands the test of time. Yes, it does. Now, I was really glad that they made that not so finished book or incomplete book into a movie by a British man. I forget his name, but he's a director. And he's the one that did the movie, and I can't even think of the movie name right now because I'm not supposed to be talking about it. Y'all know how my brain works. It's old. So anyway, I was glad to see that last year or two, but it was really good. So this is very short. Let's see how many pages. If you guys want to read it with me, if you have already read it, still, I am going to do at least one video where I do like reading and kind of reviewing the book and telling what my thoughts were. Okay, so let me see here. James Baldwin, it is only 106 pages. This is a book in a day, but I'm sure it's going to take me at least 2 days because you guys know how I do. I like to reread. I'm going to take notes in my black book notebook for the Blackout 2016 Lies 2018, where I read what? All African American books for one whole year. Not that I've never done that before, but it's just time. It's just time to appreciate. I mean, they're winning all the awards. All the African American people are winning all the awards. I love it. Anyway, that was an ugly face, I'm sure. But no, I'm seriously, I just want to celebrate them in a way that the independent writers in Houston, if you guys know this story, but if you don't, the reason why I'm doing the Blackout is because I had an independent series and I went to Houston, Texas to the National Black Book Festival, where there's loads of national independent writers, and then they also invite some really good heavyweights. That's the word that came out of my mind. These very well published people like Lolita Tatamy, Mary Monroe was there. Matthew Knowles is gone. I think he went last year. Did he have a book? I don't even know. But Matthew Knowles was there. Beyonce daddy was there. You know, they're from Houston. So who else was there? Beverly, the beautiful model. You guys know who I'm talking about. And she's just gorgeous. She was, you know, she had a book. And this is right during the time of Bill Cosby and her. And, you know, people saying that, yeah. And things that actually came out to be true. So she was there. Just as gorgeous. I was like, how is her skin look like a baby? Beverly Johnson, how is she doing that? What kind of makeup is that? I want some, but I'd probably be too scared to wear it. But anyway, this is Gwen Richardson talking about the National Black Book Festival. This is going to be the third book of the week. We already read week one. We're already done with week one of 2018. Gosh. Anyway, so this is Gwen Richardson. Since this is the third book, I'm going to go ahead and talk about her website where you can actually see her, which is at the National Black Book Festival, because she is the co-originator or co-creator with her husband and some other people, I believe she was telling me. So don't quote me, but I remember talking to her about that, and she is one of the people. And so this is the Genesis Files. I want you guys to hear this because it is right here on You to the Tube.
Author Gwen Richardson weaves a page-turning tale of mystery and intrigue in her new book, The Genesis Files. Lloyd Palmer is a reporter for the Houston Ledger, a job which should have fulfilled his lifelong dream of being a journalist. But, along with being exhausted from the daily coverage of murders and mayhem in the nation's fourth largest city, he's hit a glass ceiling at work, and his editor, Ed Jackson, goes out of his way to make Lloyd's life miserable. While interviewing potential witnesses to a murder-suicide at a Houston high-rise, Lloyd meets a mysterious stranger who subsequently leads him down a path which changes his life. But Lloyd's journey is fraught with peril, as both he and his family barely escape a hired assassin. Follow Lloyd Palmer on his quest for the ultimate truth in the provocative thriller, The Genesis Files.
Available now.
Okay. And they're going to tell you where you can actually get them.
Now at www.cushcity.com, www.amazon.com, and www.createspace.com. Autographed copies available exclusively at www.gwenrichardson.com.
Okay, so I hope you guys heard that. Let me know. But that is the book that I will be reading the third week after James Baldwin by the co-creator of the National Black Book Festival in Houston, Texas, every October. And so you guys can actually check the website. It's www.nationalblackbookfestival.com. So please check her out. She is Gwen Richardson, and she actually has a really amazing nonfiction book on how to get your kids or yourself into college paid for. And, you know, the programs that you can use and how she actually did it, because she did it with her own daughter. So it was nice to talk to her about that. So that's the third week. There's the second week. And this is the fourth week because the book club that I joined is reading The Cartel. And my son Dante has read a couple of them. And he was like, there's 10 of them. It's like, no, there's 7. So I made a correction for him. But anyway, The Cartel by Ashley and Jaquavius. And this will be the fourth week. And because there's like a half week at the end of this month, so we kind of got like 4.5 weeks, I'm going with my author of the year, which was the same author of the year last year, Percival Everett, and his brilliant mind. If you have not read him, this is God's Country. I know Columbus Moore wanted to do this as a buddy read for this channel, and you can pick up any of these books since I am kind of making these TBRs, and I think I'm liking it because I actually own the books, and that's going to help me get some of my read books read. Man. Okay, so it's God's Country by Percival Everett. So this will be rounding up January. Yeah, so January is kind of going to lead into February. So February is a shorter month. So this is a short book. Let me show you how many pages. Percival Everett. My favorite Percival Everett probably is still Erasure. I'm one of those people that you get a favorite and then it's hard to knock them out, you know, kind of thing. Like the whole Toni Morrison thing from last month. 219 pages. So again, this is also qualifiable for what I used to love to call Sunday Shorts, where I read a book under 250 pages in one day on a Sunday. When you get to stay home and sleep and then go to your spiritual meetings and get your groove on. No, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is God's Country. God's Country, that just fit right with Sunday. So anyway, that's what I'm reading this month. And so I hope you guys can join in and also share what you guys are reading for the Blackout, because remember, only African American books. Because next year, 2019 and 2020, I already have it mapped out, but we're not going to talk about that because I've talked about it several times. So going to Gwen Richardson, her web page, I think I had it up. I don't know, maybe I did something to it. Oh, since we've already talked about Gwen Richardson, I wanted to also talk about Tamika. And if you can see this, I'm sure you can see it because I got the camera kind of on it. But Tamika hit me up on Twitter, Tamika Newhouse. And okay, so Twitter. Anyway, so I have been talking to her a little bit on about her blog and also about her website. And let me read her website to you. If you have never gone there, the thing is, when she messaged me and we were talking about it and she gave me the website, I was like, I've been here before. And I love that because I just, like to revisit it, and then you forget all these websites. But she's got DelphinePublications.com. It's DELPHINE publications.com, and I will link it below after the show so that it'll be on the recording. So, and I'm going to keep adding, and I'll keep my description box adding throughout the year. So if you guys look now, your names are on there. Okay, so add some booktubers that you just enjoy and someone that has, a love for African American literature and reads it on a regular basis, or you watch their channel and you get good recommendations. So that way the list can just keep going on and on. So anyway, that's what I plan to do with my description box. And so speaking about Tamika, and she's amazing. I mean, I was like, I love this website. It's just nice. Anyway, about Tamika blog and speaking and coaching and books, tours and book clubs and contact and so forth and so on, just like anybody else's website. However, it's just, I think when she reaches out, she's just a real person, and her, just like we all are, I'm just saying. But it's just so polished, and I really like it. And then to be able to talk to her. So I have never read any of the books that she has on her website, but it's a good source to go to if you want to find more books. Now, from what I'm looking at, it does look like urban literature, but urban literature to me, J. California Cooper has, like I told you, that little racy story in there. That could be romance, and there's a very romantic story in there, and then something, and then real life happens. And so it's so good. But anyway, so yeah, and then I'll be reading Bernice McFadden's romantic stuff this year too. Oh my goodness. So this is just another source of more African American literature. So check her out, Tamika Newhouse. And I can't wait to read some of the books that are on there. And because maybe I just need a little sauce in my life. That's what I'm. Okay, anyway. Bye, Denise, with that. So those are the two websites that I'm going to mention tonight, and those will be, actually I mentioned three. So we talked about GwenRichardson.com. We talked about where you can get her books on CushCity.com, and also Miss Tamika Newhouse. Okay, so please check those out. We'll be talking about, or just name dropping, every single live Saturday. On Sunday it'll be a little bit different. The name should already be there, right? So if you want to revisit them, please do. And again, since I'm on Musical Toddy's page here, please go watch her videos. And if you are in the chat room, like I always say, and you are not a booktuber, subscribe to the people that are and support their channels. You will have fun getting caught up with books that you've never read or have on your shelves for a long time, or you've known the names of Nalo Hopkinson, and then you go to Najeri's page and there she is talking to the wonder. Okay, so how great is Booktube? And so all of you, Najeri is pretty new to Booktube, at least from my introduction. And so new Booktubers, every single one of everybody in here, KT, Musical Toddy, I'm sure we are all subscribed to her. If not, and anyone that does not, Dawn, hi. If you are not already subscribed, you've been a part of this channel for a long time. So we've been Booktube friends for a long time, me and Dawn. So please check out Najeri. Nazira, I just gave you a new name, a new consonant. But anyway, check out her channel, and also Comfy Cozy Up, which is Cece. So those are people that are newest to me this year, or actually last year. So check them out, support their channels, and just keep the community growing in the most positive, loving way that you can by supporting. All right, this is the Blackout 2018. If you do want this shirt, you will get it without my name. I have someone that's making these shirts, and she's phenomenal. She made my Booktube Live shirt. Ouch, and I just cracked my darn toe. Oh, that hurt. I'm old, stuff is just popping. But anyway, Booktube Live, as you guys saw a couple of weeks ago, and then the Art Books Live, which is the channel name, okay? And without my name, so it'll look kind of like this. I'm gonna do it one more time. So anyway, that's what it looks like. But please subscribe to everyone that is in the chat room. And if you know of some new booktubers, I love the way that people just shout out other booktubers and keep the community thriving. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hi, Keisha Forsaken. Okay, first of all, I've been watching Keisha Forsaken on both of my channels. And that's another thing, because my other channel, I just don't care. I don't care. Y'all, if you watch my other channel, it's only 100-something people there, because they're probably like, what is she doing over here? But anyway, so I subscribe to y'all double time. So if you see my name pop up, Keisha, it's me 2 times 2. So I've been watching her for a really long time. Actually, I think wait a minute, let me go even further back. The Storyscape, Dee Dee, Troy Tao, Keisha Forsaken, Alan Janae when she was Alan Janae, and then everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So I have been watching her for years. So it's usually like, you know, when I'm like going around, I'll just have the laptop in here and I'll be doing whatever. And so I just have Booktube on there. So hi, Keisha Forsaken. That's a long time to say hi. But I ain't never, you know, I'm just saying hi. Oh, and there's another booktuber that I used to love to watch, and I haven't seen her pop up in my feed in a long time. She used to do letters to books. Classic. And I remember her because she's from Florida, and I moved here from Florida. So if you guys remember her name, let me know. Please let me know. So, Pretty Brown Eyed Rita. I feel the same way a lot. That's where I'm at right now. Y'all never just watching everyone else's videos instead of recording your own. Oh, KT, you done said a whole thing. Because literally, I was watching Dee Dee, right? And she was talking about the writing. I'm getting back to her writing. And literally, I was like, I just had these feelings the other day. And okay, I've had these feelings for a really long time. But I'm just going to tell y'all, you know, especially you guys who have been following this channel for quite some time. I've had this channel for 8 years. 8. A whole bunch of years. I've been here in Fort Worth, Texas for 9 years. So after a year of being here in a new place, my kids are here, my grandkids, so we moved here for that reason, or I moved here for that reason. So I've been having this channel talking to my daughter and my kids about art so they wouldn't forget how mommy's voice sounded, because I woke up in a nightmare and I couldn't remember my mother's voice. And that's the whole point of me starting a YouTube channel, so that my kids can watch me paint and talk to them. So then I was looking up artists like I always do. And, I'm in there just I sit and read a book and stare at a blank canvas forever. Okay. So I was looking for Kara Walker, and I found a video about her newest exhibit at the time. It was the Sugar Finks. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Pull up Kara Walker, get to know her. Even if you are put off, get to know her first before you get put off. And so I found this amazing video. It was just the best video about the Sugar Finks, and it was Dominique from the Storyscape, and the rest is the reason why I'm on Booktube. Because I was like, I used to look up reviews all the time. I never found all these people. I would just find this one kid in the dark room making videos talking about their favorite Stephen King books and sci-fi books. And I go, oh, that's so interesting. That is so cool. And then years later, boom, Booktube, right? I'm popping. Anyway, so that's how long I've been watching and being a part of it. So thanks for still sticking around, for all of you who have been sticking around. I'm burning the heck up, and I'm supposed to be showing you my February TBR, and I'm going to do that right now. And you guys chat amongst yourself. You don't even need that. Hey, is yours gone? You still got some? Are you still here? Am I blabbing too much? I got to talk, because somebody might watch the video later and go, why is she talking to us? Why is she talking to them so much? Well, why don't you be in this chat room? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend. Anyway. Okay. Oh my God, Read So Lit. Hashtag Read So Lit. Hashtag Dee Dee makes the best darn hashtags. Okay, so I've been wanting to do the Blackout since, of course, I told you guys, since 2015 when I met the independent writers, right? And I'm like, reading Blackout, I had all these things, these names, whatever. So Dee Dee, she goes, girl, just reading Blackout. I was like, thank you. So she gives the best, like, very concise, short hashtag. So that's why it's hashtag reading Blackout. Thank you again, Dee Dee. But I bring up Dee Dee like I've always done, probably on my channels. I talk about y'all all the time. It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. I don't know if I'm just going to turn into one big old Booktube shout out page, because that's all I do is talk to you guys. And I don't mean to shout out, because shout out to me is like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. That seems kind of weird. But anyway, I love the shout outs. I love it. But at the same token, to me, it's like, I guess because I'm old. And yeah, it's like community talk is what it is. So this is, boom. Hope you can see it. Can you? Yeah, maybe I should keep that light on, huh? These are 4. Now, Dee Dee's read along, and she'll be talking about that. But I read this like 2 years ago. Yeah, because I've been here for 2 years in this place. And this is one of my favorite. Still not my favorite Toni Morrison, but oh my God, I'm so happy to be reading this with somebody. Okay, so my daughter Natasha read this book, this actual version, because it was sitting, in my last place that I had. And she's like, just pick up a book and she'll come to my house and just sit on the floor and read. And she read this and she's like, it's good, whatever. And so I was like, I keep having this problem with just buying books and just keeping them. And I had this book the whole time. And so when I finally read it, I was like, oh, I could just kick myself. Like, what am I doing? So I love this and I'm glad to revisit it because, again, if you know anything about me, I love a reread if it's rereadable. So that's my, I think, yeah, so we're going to do this one first for Read So Lit with Dee Dee. And then my independent writer is a poet that I know, AJ Houston, yay, who does not live in Texas anymore. And it's called In My Father's Shoes. Life is Just a Looking Glass. AJ Houston, and this is volume 2. I think he said he's up to like volume 10. And if you've ever seen Mr. Houston on stage, you know why he has volume 10, and he'll probably have volume 20 before he leaves this world. I mean, he is a writer's writer. And he's amazing on stage. And his locks are just flowing. And he looks like Billy D. Williams. I'm just saying. He really does. And that's going to be the second read. And then I'm going to read the man I used to write poetry about, Malcolm X. And this is his daughter, Alyasa Shabazz, daughter of Malcolm X, with Kikla Magoon. And I love this cover. Yes, you can see it. It is beautiful. I love it. And it's the Coretta Scott King Award winner. Notice the little emblem there, the award sticker. So that is for the third week. And then the fourth week, I actually switched up because if you watch my other channel, I was, it was tentative, okay? But Gail Jones is such fire. I read Eva's Man and I sent one because I had a double purchase of Eva's Man by Gail Jones. And I sent it to Secondra. Hi, Secondra, baby. If you were watching it. So I sent it to her because I had 2 copies. And this is Gail Jones. And she was just too far down in the year to wait to read her again. So you guys know you have those writers where it's like, hey, I need to bump you up a little bit because this is ridiculous to have somebody. And it was, Eva's Man was the first Gail Jones book I read. And it blew my mind. It's vulgar. It's hardcore. It's Gail Jones. And I had an introduction that blew my mind by reading Eva's Man. So Dee Dee did an amazing review on this, Corridora, whatever, by Gail Jones. And I can't wait to get into this one. I also have her one called The Healing. And The Healing was the first one I bought. So I have 3 of her books. And I think I bought The Healing because my daughter read a book called The Healing. But I had to get this one. And yes. So this is the last book of February that I'm going to be reading. And then, of course, I'm going to be going to the library when I finish with The Warmth of Other Suns. I'm going to take that back and pick up some more audios because I'm doing the painting a week. If you did not get to see my finished painting, I am going to get it off my wall for hopefully tomorrow. So for tomorrow, I'll have it in its place right here. And I'll talk about the craziness. And I'm actually on purposely the type of artist that doesn't like to be told what to do. And I just want to, if I have a crazy dream, I want to paint it. If I have something like, if it drips on the paint and then just, oh, ooh, look at that drip. Let me make a boob out of it. I don't care. Whatever is on my mind. I like to be free. I don't want to be painting, or when I get back to my writing, I don't want to have to do that with feeling like somebody's watching and judging me. So how dare I make myself do a painting a week along with a book a week, knowing that I'm going to have to show it to you? Because every single time I'm afraid of something, I make myself do it. So if you don't like my painting style, please let me know. I even thought about, just doing that, like when I do a book review and show the painting. Thumbs up, thumbs down means I don't understand where your brain is. Girl, who are you? What is that? That review was whack. How about you give us a little bit more of this information next time? And if you do thumbs down it, you have to go to the description box or the comment section and tell me why. And I invite people to do that, but don't, please, I'm asking, do not thumbs down alive, because alive, you do it for a whole hour and a half, and however long I've been up here. Sit up here losing track on thoughts, and I was supposed to be talking about something else, and yeah, so don't do that. But the videos that I make going forward, I invite you to question me about the painting or about the book review so I can add your suggestions to it. That's what my channel is going to be about this year. It is the Blackout. The Blackout is about truth. It is about love. It is about appreciation and inclusiveness. Is that a word? Pretty brown eyed reader, tell me. And so I'm going to wrap this up and stop talking, because you guys know I can go. And that's why I'm doing the Blackout live in your faces. Shirts available. And the website is already set. She's on Etsy, and I'll link it below. Thank you guys for being here. And it's an hour and 15 minutes, and there's 17 people. And don't you guys have anything else to do? Just joking. What are you guys' plans tonight? My son is actually going to a concert tonight. So he's in there sleeping because he works nights, right? And here I am still talking. Here I am, Bernice McFadden, still being entertaining. Yeah, hopefully. So for all you new people, thank you. Thank you. I've been here for 8 years. And I'm so happy to keep meeting more people. It never gets old as a human to just continue to meet new people, and the circle just keeps on thriving. And if you happen to stop watching my videos in 3 months or 3 years, which was what my point was going to be, like after this year Blackout, I may take a break because I got some stuff I need to do. Because I know at the end of this year, when I have those 52 paintings, I am going to be so on fire to do what I truly want to do. And I'll talk about that at the end of the year. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Keisha Forsaken. One edition is $9.29, but another one is like $12.98, but like $10.59 on Amazon. And what y'all talking about? Because y'all know left me behind, and I've been talking and running my mouth, and y'all been in the chat room. Okay. So, Mrs. R Books and Things says, sounds good. It's inspiring. I want to do some sort of frequent challenge. I just have to think about the type of challenge that I want to have for myself. Now, Mrs. R, don't you run? Aren't you a marathon runner? Don't quote me. And don't you have all that organization stuff, which is totally a challenge for me, because if I could stay organized, and I'm actually trying to organize my life, but you notice the black book that I'm supposed to be looking at for myself is sitting under the books. Welcome to my life. And so anyway, but I think you're a runner, and that's something I still want to get back to. I want to walk the marathon. I got up to 12 miles, 12 straight, 12 miles. Just, it was fun. 12 miles. I was doing good. I was slimming down and everything. And then I done beefed up. So I got to get back to that. And Kid Danae says, try to get some reading done. Oh, is that what you're doing? Or are you trying to tell me to get some reading done? Like right now? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm... Keisha for a second says, well, I spent most of the day with my aunts and sister, and now I'm going to crawl into bed and listen to an audiobook. What audiobook? If you haven't shared it already. But thank you so much, Keisha. Talking about different editions of Tar Baby and how much they cost. Okay. Yeah, this one is old, as you guys can tell. I mean, I bought it used, and my daughter has read it. I've read it, so I'm going to reread it. But I love how different the ones like over in London maybe, or Australia or whatever. I love that about Bookstagram so much, because it makes me want to get so many different versions of Toni Morrison. My Sula for Toni Morrison with the girl and the bird and this hardcover, that's the best one. That's the best one. My mama had that. But anyway, and Mrs. R's Books and Things, I do organize a lot, and I'm a planner. I'm an author and blogger. I'm not a runner. See, she's an author and a blogger, but she's not a runner. Somebody is a runner on Instagram, and I keep thinking it's you, because she has a hat on, and I don't know, she just looks like you. And I was like, look at her getting all fit and stuff. But what is the name of your book? That's what I want to know. So we can drop the name of the book, and I'll go out and get it. And Morgan Gale's boyfriend has a book, and Dee Dee, I think, is reading it. I think I saw it on her Goodreads, and I think Troy Tao read it. Hi, Troy Tao. I never see Troy um, outside of BookTube. I just watch his videos still. Not that I've ever seen Troy Tao, but I'm just saying. I don't know. I miss Troy. That's weird. Because he's like one of the first booktubers I watched too. I used to tell him, I'm at home, I come home from work, would eat dinner and watch Troy Tao on my big screen TV that my son had bought me at the time. That was fun. I haven't read any Toni Morrison, so I'm hopefully going to read quite a few of her books this year. Tar Baby will be the first, but I'll probably also get Beloved. Enjoy. And if you enjoy Tar Baby, which I believe you will, as well as Beloved, because that was my favorite of last year, even though it was a reread. Song of Solomon is magnificent. I read that years ago. That is definitely on my bookshelf to reread. It's still my Toni Morrison favorite, even though I am obsessed with Beloved. I just am. So, what is wrong with my fingers? Toddy says. Okay, so she's laughing at herself. I'm sorry. And I think Kid Danae says try to get some reading done. And going back up, Dawn says let the boobs fly. Yeah, I paint them because I'm a woman. I mean, we have these, this curves to our bodies. And so when you're painting, and if you got, I've said this before, and of course any art class or teacher will tell you, the most painted subject is a woman, whether it's a woman painter or a male painter. And it's got to be because, like, when you think and you're painting these curves on a woman, and you can paint her any kind of color, yellow, blue, green, pink leg, and an orange leg, which is on my mind to do, and pink boob and a blue boob or whatever, or just like I put the African mask on the boobs that I just did for the painting that I completed today for my 1 week. So and to do that to a man's body, you kind of you have this restriction a little bit, even if it's in your head, like, oh, I can't do that, I can't make a man like that. But now, of course, you can do pretty much anything, so it's not as restricted. So I'm just saying maybe that is kind of why male painters and female painters paint women mostly. And then the three, like three figures in a painting, that's like one of the most famous things that people paint. So yeah, let the boobs fly in the air. Okay. I'm gonna go for real this time, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It is the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. It's the Blackout Baby. Say what? It's the Blackout, where I am reading only African American books all year long in 2018. Hashtag Read So Lit 365. Hashtag Reading Blackout. Hashtag Read So Lit. Hashtag Have a good gosh darn reading weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Take me away, Johnny. Night, Helen. It says Musical Toddy, so night, Helen. Night, every new person that came in and blessed us with your presence. And there's 18 people, so either you guys are coming and going. It is over, and the recording will go up. Please watch it, because I'm going to, because I got to put some links and stuff. Yeah, so my night is not over. And I got to take down the other painting and put the other one. I got some of my stuff to do. Oh, this is the poet I was telling you guys about. Frank X. Walker. Joseph Conrad is the person that I talked to on Booktube. He's a booktuber, and he told me this is his favorite poet, and I listened to him do interviews even today. I watched like 3 different Frank X. Walker videos on YouTube, and he is an African American poet from Danville, Kentucky, and you got to hear his story and what he's doing in Kentucky to make African American or African Appalachian. It's just so cool. So anyway, that's who I learned about today per the comment section. So if you have a name of a poet or independent writer or a writer, I don't care how many books they have, and I have not read them, or you don't think that I have, or you just want to suggest something, because people love suggestions. I am not different. I look them up when I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and then I listen to them. So drop some in the comment section, not in the live, because remember, this goes away. No one will be able to see it but us. So that is Joseph Conrad's comment. And just to let you guys know, I do go back and I write them down, and then I like to look them up. And it just adds to my experience up here and in my heart. And I learned about this beautiful black man in Kentucky who's got this amazing thing going. And I just love it. Never heard of him before. So if you have, then great. But give me somebody you know I ain't heard of. So anyway, and which could be anybody because I haven't heard of everything, as you guys know. But Johnny's going to take us out. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all of YouTube's world says. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your living rooms, on your phones, or your iPads, or whatever you have when you're watching this. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love that you're giving me on your channels. And for those of you who do not have channels, but just showing up and watching me sweat. Interested in the books that we are reading and the fun that we have on an unscripted live. And if you want this shirt and you want to really join the community tie, get yours and I'll link it below. Bye. Oh, I need my glasses to say goodbye.